Hi everyone, welcome to the Leaf Heart Path. I appreciate you being here with me today. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Andrea Graham. I am an intuitive healer, a Reiki and cord cutting practitioner, and a tarot card reader. I offer a variety of related services which are available by following the link to my Etsy shop in the description box below. I am so excited for this reading today. We are looking at what makes you lovable. Why are others drawn to you? What do they celebrate about you? We'll be focusing on inner traits or core parts of yourself, your personality, and then also the way you interact with others, as well as any other messages that want to come through. As with all pick-a-card readings, please remember that this is general. Not everything here will resonate with you 100% of the time. It could be that I describe your character, but perhaps the career doesn't line up where other things feel pretty spot on. That's okay. Take the most important messages that are coming through and leave the rest for others. Before we hop into the cards, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. If you enjoy pick-a-card readings, I tend to upload a new video once a week. If there is a video topic that you're interested in seeing, please don't hesitate to post in the comment box below. I pick topics intuitively, but I am always looking to add new suggestions to the list, and when the time is right, the video will get made. So please take a moment to like this video if it resonates and let us know what resonates for you in the comment box. And please pass this video along if you feel a friend or a family member may enjoy it as well. All right, friends, let's look at the piles we have here today. Please take a moment, center yourself, take some deep breaths, and see which pile you are drawn to the most here. We are going to be choosing today from 4 piles. Group 1 is the Modern Witch Tarot, and we have right here this Hematoid Quartz. Group 2, we have the Mystic Mondays Tarot, and our stone here is a Tourmalated quartz. Those little black inclusions right here. Group 3 is the Arcana, and we have a piece of Malachite to represent this. And group 4 is the last Unicorn Tarot, marked with this piece of blue lace agate. You can pause the video should you need more time to choose. Timestamps and chapters are listed in the description box and at the bottom of the video. I'll see you over in your video. Bye, friends. Hi, Group 1. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you picked this Hematoid Quartz and the Modern Witch Tarot, then you are in the right place. Welcome to your reading about why people are drawn to you and why they love you so much, why they enjoy being around you. This is a pretty straightforward reading, so we are going to hop right into it. Let's take a look at the cards that we have here for you today. So your tarot cards are the Empress, Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, scoot you over there, and the Queen of Cups. We have a few more, but I want to start with these 4, and then we'll pick up the others. Okay. So, Group 1, you have some really high vibrational energy coming through here. This is, it's kind of giving me the chills. Wow. Okay. It's making my heart race a little bit, which happens with very high vibe people. And that may be an effect that you naturally have on others even before you open your mouth. People may actually pick up on your aura and feel you before they see you. You may make some people stop, turn around so that they can get a look at whatever this is that they're sensing. And if people are staring, it is quite likely that you are striking, as the Empress would imply here. So you may be quite attractive, group one. And I would describe this feeling as being magnetic. You really pull people in with the way you carry yourself, the way you hold yourself, the way you come across. You make others stand up a bit straighter. You could be someone who is a bit of an influencer, whether this is online or just in the way you move through your daily life. You likely create these little waves of enthusiasm across a variety of personal interests for people. From fashion to music to politics or hobbies. And I am getting, this is distinct. Cooking or diet types is something that's really coming through here. So I know that's going to be specific for somebody. Charitable causes, for example, that's another thing. So this really could run the gamut of anything, because we have such a big group of people that watch these. So when you buy something like a bag, a handbag, I don't know, or a lunchbox, again, we're going back to the food thing. So I do feel this is very specific for someone watching this. People are probably asking, where did you get that? Oh, I like this, commenting on it, and then they may show up with it or something like it. And I don't think you're trying to be a leader or an influencer. It's just, you seem very settled in yourself. The way you present things are practical, they're beautiful, and you just radiate this confidence outward. It just is a natural part of who you are, group one. And what's totally random here is I am getting the word magnanimous. I think that's how you say it. And it's obviously something I don't use in my everyday speech, but I understand this kind of means generous, or it means, I think, forgiving or charitable from what I understand. So it has a lot to do with people being pulled into your energy, I think, this idea. Because if this quality wasn't present, I think you honestly might be a little intimidating to others with the way you are. Regal is the word also that's coming through. But there is this pureness and a beauty to the way that you see the world that carries with it this idea of generosity and gratitude. Those two things are just coupled in with everything else. So I do feel you have a gratitude for all things, group one. And I see these qualities mixing throughout your aura to create just this bubble of iridescent colors. There's a lot of fuchsia. There's a lot of pinky colors in here. Some of you may be quite clairvoyant or claircognizant. And there actually is quite a bit of green here as well, which is implying that you have a very open and a healing heart or heart chakra. It's a very beautiful aura, and it's quite large, group one. Radiant is the word that I want to say. And I think this open and healing quality are other reasons why people are drawn to you, why they love you. And really a lot of this is very unconscious. Okay, so let's talk about the middle cards here next. Now that we kind of have an overall view of just where you are and how you hold yourself, how you carry yourself, which is what I feel like these outer cards are about. This here, though, in the middle, the central cards are more about the way you interact with others and less about more what these are, the personal core innate qualities, like the Empress is indicating here, or the Queen of Cups when we get to that. These, I think, are about how you treat other people, your actions and your words. So the Knight of Swords to me here really indicates that you care about others and their mental state. So if someone's having, for example, a challenging time, you are ready to listen. And this goes again back to that green aura we were talking about. I think, yeah, Your ability to listen is very, very healing for them. They are validated by your interest. They're validated by your concern. I see you actively listening, showing this in your body language. And the person on this card here gets up from the dark space and they're able to walk away smiling. Big smile on their face. So I think you're somebody that others can go to confide in. You are likely quite good at keeping secrets and being able to hold emotional space for others, as the Queen of Cups over here indicates as well. I think you do make others feel very comfortable, and you may be someone who gets things done. And that kind of goes back to this. There's just a little bit of fieriness here, and I think you genuinely care and you want to help other people out, and as a result, you may find that you have a lot of people confiding in you all manner of things. Right, okay. The Six of Cups here, that energy is all about the way that the parent is on this particular card. The way that they're offering the cup to the child. This is you, group one. You make others feel good. There's a bit of magic wherever you are, and you have this way of being tuned into the energies of both gratitude and abundance. So gratitude, again, is big for you. It feels like there's always enough to go around for everyone. You aren't stressed, you're blessed. And you are tapped into that energy and that vibration. So people walk away from you feeling good. Some of you watching may be teachers or may be involved with community outreach. I am getting that this is definitely a core quality and will follow you over the years. It feels to me that the people getting this boost walk away feeling a little bit of your sparkle with themselves. And it does feel kind of like a pay it forward feeling. And they take that spark and then they can go do some amazing things with it. And then finally, we talked a little bit about this. We have the Queen of Cups over here. And I love this. We have a sandwich. I don't know if you noticed this. With your outer persona and core qualities, and then the way that other people see you and interact with you. And the fact that these two ladies here are facing inward, I should say, the Queen and the Empress are facing inward, toward one another and across the cards of your interactions with others, as though this is your support system, this is who you are. And so the Queen of Cups does cover a lot of similar terrain that we've mentioned before, but there is a strong feeling of justness coming through, which I don't always get with this card, and fairness, and seeing somebody for who they really are. Some of you may make excellent mediators of some kind. It's like you can peek under the masks or the facades that others have in place with little effort, and you can see to their hearts or to the heart of the matter at hand. And there isn't judgment with you. If you see someone in front of you who has made some bad choices, you see those choices as poor. You don't see the person as inherently bad themselves. There's always a chance for a person to learn and grow, and you hold within your mind and your vision this growth mindset for everyone and everything. I am almost seeing you on this card as having X-ray vision. I see the eyes lighting up here, and I'm wondering if this ties back to the clairvoyance or that highly developed third eye chakra, and then also the clairsentience, the empathy, and the healing, or a highly developed heart chakra, a little mixture probably of everything. So you are likely also quite intuitive, group one, as well. Very in touch with your emotions, and some of you quite tender-hearted. So let's take a look at a few more reasons why people love being around you so much and why they love you. I mean, aside from you just being the person that you are and being amazing. So, all right, the Six of Wands. Nice. Right there. The Fool. And Nine of Cups. Wow. You have such good energy. So group one, there's a big celebratory feeling here. surrounding you. And this can mean a couple of things. It can mean that you approach every day as a celebration. You look at your little wins and your big wins as something to smile about. But I also feel you are very quick to lift others up regarding their own victories. I am getting a strong feeling of mentorship and encouragement here, empowerment. You are the type of person who puts others at the front and you support them on their journeys. This may be related to that Queen of Cups kind of laser vision we spoke about earlier, where you can see people as people and not define them by one-time decisions or actions that maybe didn't have such great results. And for some of you, this may be about mentoring these folks a little bit. And for some of you, this actually could take the form of a job. For others, it's just part of what you do and who you are. Regardless, you are someone who takes time out to acknowledge others, to make them feel seen. You make them feel like this figure on the horse right here, empowered, feeling great. So I get the strong feeling there are a lot of eyes on you, Group 1, and almost in the way that students might look at a teacher who is really beloved, who's very adored. Okay, and the Fool energy, I love this. This is big. I can see why. This is such an endearing energy. I do see this as being another trait of yours, whether it's inherent or whether it's something that you've cultivated over time. You do have an enthusiasm and a zest for life that makes others light up. People really enjoy your energy, and I see this as easily rubbing off on others. I see it as I'm seeing pink or white sparkles, and I see these little sparkles as coming off of you, and then others take it and they just kind of rub it into their hands and their skin, almost like they're putting on sunblock. I think you approach new things with awe, with enthusiasm and wonder. No matter your age, no matter your experience, you're ready to jump into new things and others want to join you on the journey. And Nine of Cups over here is satisfaction, plain and simple. This is the energy of someone who's worked hard to get to where they are and things are looking good from their view. This is likely part of why you have this endless supply of generous kindness that the Six of Cups is referring to. Yeah, back here. The Fool represents fresh starts. It represents new beginnings and that positive outlook we discussed. And this card shows that you likely have had your own journey of growth that you've been on, and that you too may have experienced many ups and downs along the way. You may have once been like one of these people we talked about here who maybe, comes to you, when you're in that Queen of Cups energy, but you have worked hard and you've come through to the other side with wisdom and a new perspective. So, you've learned on your journey. So you may have been one of those people who made mistakes at one point. We all make mistakes, but you're able to come through that and rise up and extend that generosity and kindness to other people. This attitude that the Fool has, that you share, is likely a result of going through many of these types of emotional cycles of your own. You're seasoned. That's what I'm trying to say, Group 1. You're seasoned. And your mature emotional outlook really enables you to get back into this innocence that the Fool has. Because we all start this way, and we go through life, and we might get a little jaded through some experiences, but you've made a way to get back to this, which is just beautiful. I think you're able to balance these energies of maturity and that newness out in a way that makes you a true natural leader. And yeah, I would really call this group natural leaders. You're genuine, you're authentic, you've lived, and I think that's a big reason, a big part, another part of why you are so loved by others. We're going to take a look at some oracle cards now to see why else you are so loved. So we have Lost Lands, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before. Joy, and I'll read that message in just a bit. And then Snail. Okay. Let's talk about Lost Lands. Soul Memories and Gifts, you've done this before. So part of what makes you so lovable, Group 1, is this wisdom and maturity that we talked about here that you possess. You aren't someone who flies off the handle or is very hot-headed. You're able to tap into the wisdom that your soul possesses and move through hardship or challenging situations in ways that suit you. You do have a very open heart, as we talked about with that open heart chakra and that green color in your aura. And through this, you process daily lives and events. I almost wanted to say process, which I think is how some people say that in other parts of the world. And so I don't know, that might mean something to some of you. I don't know. I don't know how to dig into that, but that's strange. That keeps coming up. So the word process wants to come out. That's really interesting. I don't know. So I think all of these experiences just mix in with your soul connection to old memories. Some of it may simply be your own experiences when I'm talking about old memories, but for some of you, this may be tied into your intuition, or it may be tied into past life experiences and memories as well. And maybe that's where that process is coming from. There's both a practicality and also a mystique to you, Group 1, which just definitely draws people in. All right. And then I want to talk about this deck. I want to give a shout out to a subscriber, Tina. Tina purchased this Affirmators deck for me for my Amazon wish list. I have really been enjoying using this deck for myself and for some clients already as well. Tina got a personal video tarot reading for the deck as a trade. If that's something you're interested in, check out the details in the description box below. And thank you so much, Tina. I love this deck and I appreciate your thoughtful gesture and all your kindness and support. So big, big hugs to you. All right, so the Affirmators card that came through for you, Group 1, is Joy. I'm just going to read it and you can see how this applies to you and the way that other people adore you. So pick what resonates. It says, to enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today I will add joy to everything, really slather it on. Today I am the Orville Redenbacher of joy and life's popcorn is about to get it. I love popcorn. That's my favorite. It's my favorite snack. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna let that sit with you wherever that lays. And so let's go back then to snail. We'll talk about this, and I'm going to actually read from the guidebook on this one. This is from Grace Duong's Cosmic Creatures deck, and well, I'm sitting on the guidebook. Well, this is giving a little advice, which may be appropriate for some of you. The message in here, I just want you again to take the messages from here that resonate the most for you as we're going through. Just pick out what stands for you, because not all of this is going to apply to everybody. I just felt like there were some good things in here. Okay, so spiral, observant, slow. What's the rush? The snail is here to remind you that this precious moment is a gift in itself. When things seem to be taking longer than expected, ask yourself, are you enjoying the process? What destination are you trying to reach? If you are holding on to conditions over whether to allow yourself joy, if and when you get somewhere, you're missing the point. Like the spiral on the snail's shell, time is not linear. Therefore, your journey will often take you to places you may not expect. Connect to your center, to the core of your being. You are not just a destination and your worth is not reliant on how much you produce. The snail encourages you to embrace simplicity and to go at your own pace. This means finding the balance between how much to trust and how much to protect yourself. Build sustainable rituals and have patience. The best is yet to come. So I do feel like so much of that is tied into the energies we spoke about earlier, the joy in the journey of the Fool, and the satisfaction here of the Nine of Cups. Even the energies as you process your journey that this Lost Lands card is talking about can come into play here with the snail card. You are your own beautiful and unique individual, and you take things as they come. You are the master or mistress of your own destiny, and you make others around you sit up and work a little harder on themselves. And that is a true gift to Group 1. So Group 1, that is what I have for you today. It's easy to see why others have big love for you. So send me a little heart emoji in the comment box if this is your group. I'd love to know who you are and what resonated for you. I appreciate you being here and spending time with me, and I hope to see you again in the near future. Take care, Group 1. Hi, Group 2. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you picked this Tourmalated Quartz, there's quite a bit of sun here, and the Mystic Mondays Tarot, then you are in the right place. Welcome to your reading about why people are drawn to you, why they love you so much, and why they enjoy being around you. This one's pretty straightforward today, so we're going to hop right into it. Let's begin with some tarot cards. So right off the bat, we have the Moon. The Wheel of Fortune. Six of Pentacles. Let's squeeze people in here. There we go, why not? And the Eight of Wands. Okay. So, Group 2, right off the bat, I'm getting mysticism, mystery, and intuition as being some big traits that you may possess, or just the air that you carry with you. This particular iteration of the Moon in this deck, the Mystic Mondays deck, there we are. It has a very dreamy quality to it. Some versions of the Moon emphasize the scary bit that the Moon can imply, like fears and things like that. And I've actually seen some that have made me feel a little anxious, but this one always draws me into this lovely, peaceful kind of connection between this figure and then the elements around them. And I think this is really, and that's my interpretation, but I think this is how people see you. Someone who's drawn into nature, imagination, creativity, and is very in touch with their intuition. There is a quality of this moment being crystallized almost. It feels, oh my gosh, it's almost like the little bits of tourmaline in here. I mean, it's called tourmalated quartz. I don't know, but these little suspended bits, how they're held in this in a moment, that's almost the same quality that I'm getting from this. It does feel a little alone, a little remote, a little removed, but it feels to me that there is a peace with this. I do hear the song, the lyrics from Portishead's Wandering Star here. That's an old one from one of their albums. I'll try to remember to link that down below. I wouldn't necessarily take all of those lyrics entirely to heart, but it's more like this idea of you being the wandering star. Perhaps not really tethered to anything or anyone in particular. Being in the world, but not of the world. Group 2. You are different than others, and you see the world through a different lens than most people. You may be a bit of a romantic at heart. And perhaps the idea of being a starseed appeals to some of you. If you're here, Group 2, this is one of the first things that I think draws others to you. You're a bit of this mystery. You carry this mysteriousness with you. And I think people want to unearth that treasure a bit. They want to poke around. They want to dig things up. They want to at least spend some time sitting next to you here, I think, and enjoying this moment of peace with the moon and the stars and the sky and the beautiful water and the reflections. It's like you're able to see how intangible things are, how impermanent they might be. And some folks might look at that as having a slightly sad quality to it, but it's not that way. You're perfectly at home in this knowledge. You make the most of each moment. And I feel like this is where magic happens for you, is just in this intangibility. You can create from here. You can give birth to beautiful ideas. The Wheel of Fortune is also major arcana. So both of these are majors, and so that might be implied that these are big themes that run through your life. Things that you've been grappling with or working through. coming to terms with, or it's just something that always seems to be there. And this tells me that you're very much at home with the idea of understanding that while things go up, they can also go down. You're comfortable with this. You don't run away or shy away from difficult feelings, and I think you can sit with them when others cannot. You're likely someone who has experienced some hardships and come through with an openness that allows you to step into uncomfortable moments. I think people really admire and love this quality. You're absolutely sincere in supporting others in their grief. And that brings me back to that song, Wandering Star. The very first line says something like, "Please, can't you stay a while to share my grief?" I think you can, and you do. And it isn't a drive from ego, like I'm going to rescue you, I'm the person that's going to fix this for you. It's purely because you care about others and you see suffering and you want to help. Yeah, this is giving me big, big healer vibes for you, group 2. I'm seeing you going in for a hug and your heart chakras all lit up, and this energy goes all the way down into your palm chakras. So you may be someone who does hands-on healing or practices Reiki or something along those lines, or you have the ability to do so. You heal by bearing witness and just by being near others. It's just automatic. So I guess my question is that's popping up. You witness others, but do you let others bear witness to your grief? It's just curious. I feel like some of you do, but others may pull away into this moon energy here. We all experience grief differently, and I'd be curious where you fall on the spectrum of that. Is that something you're working on, or are you just able to lean into other people? Something else that people love about you is the fairness and generosity of spirit, as indicated here with the 6 of Pentacles. You take care of others, and I'm thinking for some of you, it's something that may have been a lesson. It is allowing yourself to be taken care of. And this is a tough thing for many people to do, especially empaths who are used to taking care of others, and you might be a little hyper vigilant, kind of always checking out what's going on, the energies of things, trying to help. In some cases that's control. And what can happen is you can wind up being a little resentful, a little burned out, and sometimes you construct these walls then in these instances, and it can be hard to open back up and to be vulnerable just because you're very sensitive to energy. And I feel like this plays back into that moon energy we were talking about. You have this quality about you that you are a bit removed from everyone, and it makes people want to figure you out. A bit of a puzzle. You draw them in. And I think if you are in the camp of allowing and letting that guard down a bit, for those of you who resonate with this idea, then you enjoy it. You understand that there will be times where you step up to help others, and there will be times that others will be taking care of you as well. I am also reading this, though, as you just being centered and calm in the midst of anything. Absolutely anything. And it's interesting to me how these both just really, with the circles here, and I mean, we have a lot of that, but the imagery just very much mirrors each other. Even the color scheme is similar. This has similar colors, but we have more of the purple that's on the outer with the moon as well. This is huge energy, group 2. I think you may come across as very chill or very calm to others, even if you're anything but on the inside. People absolutely love this kind of energy. And you seem confident and you seem at peace with who you are. And for some of you watching, this may be an energy you're stepping into. And with the 8 of Wands popping up next to it, it could imply that once you're here, you're going to be feeling so settled and so good. And happy in your own skin. Things are just going to click the way they're meant to. And, you know, that might be something that some of you are working on right now. So the 8 of Wands is also speaking to me of your quick mind. If you're somebody who is relatively chill, I think you may surprise people when something pops out of your mouth and really zings somebody, or just gets their attention. Your words feel quite profound to me, and that goes back to the moon and the creativity that's born in that space. You have a voice. You may be a writer or an excellent speaker, and your actual voice may have a quality that's healing or captures people's attention. I think you really are this gentle and also fierce enigma, group 2. You're creative, you're loving, you've seen some things, you have this old soul, and it's for these reasons and more that you capture the hearts of others. So let's take a look at a few more reasons why people love being around you so much and why they love you. We have a few more tarot cards to look at here. Strength. Ooh, this is different. Hopefully that light isn't bothering you too much. Nine of Swords. I'm shooting obviously during the day, and then we just had daylight savings kicking, and the curtains don't pull closed completely in this room. And then we have the Chariot. Okay, wow. So we have two more majors here, Strength and the Chariot. That's quite a bit for this number. You've got 4 out of the 7 that we pulled here. So these may be, some of the things we're talking about may be big lessons again, or things that you've worked through, energies that you're processing currently, or, you know, kind of play a big role in your life. To me, this is reaffirming your strength of character and some of those other things that we talked about earlier. You've lived life, you've come on hard times likely, but you know what goes up must come down. And instead of you taming this tiger, as we often see depicted on the Strength card, you are this tiger. Yeah. This feels like you. It's like you're transforming from here to here. It's beautiful, it's a marvel, and the Nine of Swords is making me think that others don't always see what lies beneath the surface. Maybe a glimpse, but like anyone else, you have had your share of anxieties or fears or concerns. But as we said earlier, you've got this wheel fixed on your mind. So when you're low, you know that this too shall pass. There's that idea of, you know, you're kind of like the rock, and you've got the stream going around you, and you're just allowing those emotions to kind of move around you. There's that idea of impermanence again. And so you may have experienced some low lows and some very high highs, perhaps to the point where you feel a bit different, a bit alien to others at times, and that goes back to that starseed stuff. But again, I think this is just part of the beauty of you and your life. I'm seeing almost like an orchid, and how the orchid would stand out in a greenhouse where we have a bunch of marigolds. There's nobody quite like you, group 2. I see you laughing through your tears, leaning on others when you need to, and oh, look at that. I just noticed that we have the moon, and then we have, I'm assuming this is the sun over here as well. I think it would be with the wands. So you're a child of both the lights and the dark, equally at home in both. And I'm hearing, I've got another old one for you, even older than the other one, Depeche Mode's Waiting for the Night to Fall. It's that kind of mood. And again, I'll try to remember to link it in the description box. You guys are my music group here. It's worth a listen. So I feel like when things are good, they're amazing. That's the light side. This is like the Chariot here. And I love this depiction of the Chariot. It's so different and free compared to other cards. A lot of times they're tightly gripping the reins and facing forward, and there's some severity, but this is just pure joy, like arms in the air, like it just release and allowing and being in the moment. It's the exact same energy almost as the moon here. At least with the way that you process things, you're in the moment. I feel like you're quick to laugh and you're quick to love, and you care about others deeply, and you can form bonds quickly. You let your radiance shine just as brightly as the sun. And I think others feel that warmth on their skin. They feel it tickling their minds, and they feel it warming their hearts. And those are just some of the reasons why people really love you. Okay, let's get into the oracles now. Okay, that's upside down. There we go. We have Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. We also have Get Centered. And I'll read that one in a moment. And Fish. Love it. Okay, Earth School. So this absolutely feels like starseed energy group 2. For those who believe in this, you may have chosen to incarnate on Earth to learn lessons. Some of them have been painful and might quite honestly suck. And then there is the swinging of the pendulum in the other direction back to this chariot energy here, riding high, feeling good. This almost feels like a child does when they're experiencing strong emotions from new experiences for the first time. You know, whether they're excited about their birthday, if they're getting gifts, or going the opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe they have their first fight with a dear friend, or, you know, they're really feeling their feelings. And as adults, we may often dismiss this as, you know, oh, you'll get over it, or some people just get over it. But we have to remember to put ourselves in their shoes. What they're going through can be really, really exciting, or it could be painful, and it can just be uncomfortable or hard. And I feel like you're somebody who feels very strongly, much like the child does in that example. So I also feel you are in touch with this part of yourself. There's no judgment for you, you know, being this way. So you're accepting. And you're accepting because you are that way. You're able to offer empathy to others who are struggling, you know, like, I don't know, kids or anyone, other adults who are going through tough times. You know, and you remember what these situations feel like. And this is just really a very beautiful quality. And I think it makes others love you even more, group 2. For some of you, part of why you are here may be to feel these intense feelings and to learn to regulate them, to balance them, to accept them, to know your differences, and know your differences from others, and accept that this is okay. It is, in fact, beautiful. And I think people need to learn more about your perspective, group 2. And this, again, may play a role in developing your creativity, as we kind of talked about creativity up here before. The chariot does imply mastery as well. So this unification between any highs or lows you may be experiencing may be just part of what you're learning right now. Part of the wheel. All right, get centered. So I want to give a shout out to a subscriber, Tina. She purchased the Affirmators deck from my Amazon wish list. I have really been enjoying using this deck for myself, and I've actually used it for some clients as well. And Tina got a personal video reading for the deck. If that's something you're interested in as a trade, check out the details in the description box below. Thank you so much, Tina. I love this deck so much, and I appreciate your thoughtful gesture and all your kindness and support. So big hugs to you. The Affirmators card that came through for you is Get Centered. This is so cute. What I'm going to do is just read it as is, and you can see how this applies to you in the way that others adore you. So, get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of stick your favorite animal in there, maybe it's, I don't know, a unicorn, holding a magical item, say a Slurpee, 7-Eleven Slurpee, and floating through space on give us a piece of furniture. Or maybe it's, I don't know, a bed. So I have the wisdom and tranquility of a unicorn holding a 7-Eleven Slurpee and floating through space on a bed. You can be silly, it can be serious, it can be whatever you want. So I think this is perfect and hilarious, and the pose here actually mirrors what we were just doing right there with the Six of Pentacles. So I think this is something, again, that you are mastering in this lifetime, the getting centered. And I think you could possibly be a light to others who are learning the same sense of balance and regulation. And this also does imply a sense of humor, someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously or knows how to laugh when they need to lighten up a bit, which is a very endearing quality. That's beautiful. A lot of people kind of get stuck in taking themselves too seriously. I know I've gone through that where I'm worrying, especially people that are empathic or worry a lot. That can happen. And this is just a reminder, like, you can be light about things as well. So that may be something that you're working on or you have mastered, and people love that. Okay, so we also have fish here, and this is from Grace Duong's Cosmic Creatures deck. I actually went to read from the guidebook on this one. It does give a little advice, and so that might be appropriate for some of you. take the messages from here that resonate the most, you know, for whatever you're going through. Pick out what stands out for you. It might be a line, it might be a few things. Okay, fish. So fertility, subconscious, health. The fish swims into our subconscious when we need to pay attention to what is lurking beneath the surface. That's interesting because we were talking about the moon before, and you know, maybe other people not getting that. Water's an element associated with emotions and the depth of feeling contained in your soul. Oh my gosh, feeling, yes. If you dive deep enough, you may be surprised by what you find. The fish is a sign of fertility. For where there's water, there's also life. I see that as creativity as well. For that reason, fish are also seen as a sign of good health, containing vitality and nutrients. Like the womb, water nurtures, allowing flow and providing sustenance for growth. Water is home to the feminine, and the fish acts as a messenger of the divine mother. In this realm, fish supports their communities, traveling with each other, and uniting as one in schools. The fish encourages you to seek support and bond with your community as you pursue your soul searching. They can remind you of your truth as you swim closer and closer to the depths of who you are. I love it. I kind of see like circling, getting closer and closer. I just love that group too. And I think you are someone who does quite a bit of soul searching as implied by the moon, but these other cards are also showing me that you can be a light or a beacon, or you already are, for others. You have hidden depths, and there's a lot of big energy here for you, group 2. So really, it's no wonder to me that you're so magnetic and that others are drawn to your magic. So group 2, that is what I have for you today. It's easy to see why others have big love for you. If this is your group, send me a little moon emoji in the comment box. I'd love to hear about what resonated for you. I appreciate you being here and spending time with me, and I hope to see you again in the near future. Take care, group 2. Hi, group 3. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you picked the Arcana Tarot and the Malachite, then you are in the right place. This is your reading about why people are drawn to you and why they love you so much, why they enjoy being around you. This is a very straightforward reading, so we're going to hop right into your cards. We're going to begin with some tarot, and we have a few oracle cards at the end. So your tarot cards are the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Chariot, and the 4 of Cups. We'll start with these. We have a few more we'll look at shortly. All right, come this way, friends. Okay. So group 3, you strike me as somebody who is just very straightforward, very solid. Even the energy right here feels very different. It's just like, I don't want to mess around. I don't want to add a lot of little flourishes. I just want to keep going. This is just very solid character. The 8 of Pentacles illustrates that you are diligent, you're hardworking, someone who really rolls up their sleeves and hops into whatever task or project they're working on. You likely keep your nose down or stay in your own lane, so to speak. You aren't worried about what other people are doing, and you're focused on your job, your task, your output. And the only benchmark that you need is the one inside of you. And this is just beautiful, as you don't get caught up in a lot of external worries or drama, for example, in the workplace. You're fixed, you're stable, you're constant. Social media, that'd be another place. You don't care about that. People appreciate the steadiness about you and know you're someone who is reliable. Integrity is another word that's coming to mind here for you. Just very straightforward. You're also someone who's likely interested in many different things and may enjoy the process of learning, I'm getting. This could apply to new hobbies or learning about different cultures or languages, or just learning about your friends or new people that you're encountering in your daily life. There is a very open quality to you and a curiosity that you possess, and it makes you very approachable. I don't know if you talk fast, but I feel like I'm talking really fast. That might be something for some of you. The energy here is just like, let's get this out. So I feel like you're someone who is quick to smile, or you're quick to laugh with others. And I really feel your smile is very attractive. It just lights up your whole face. So that really pulls people in. And the Knight of Cups here indicates that you are very open Group 3, open-hearted. You may wear your heart on your sleeve. You strike me as forthright and honest and upfront about your wants and your needs within relationships, whether we're talking romance, whether we're talking friendships, family members, work relationships. I think you have very solid boundaries and you are willing to let people in when the time is right. I am getting a lot of very focused energy with this as well. I'm seeing the knight up on a horse and their eyes are fixed on, like, say, hitting a target of some kind or another, and that is what they're doing. Nothing else can deter them from this. So you may be very goal-oriented, even within your relationships. So you may have certain standards or ideas or ideals that you're working toward, and you can be pretty fixed about them. So there may be a tinge of stubbornness here, Group 3, but I do think it kind of makes you all the more lovable. And I do think you are somebody who, like, by talking about it with people, you may be a little open to kind of seeing things in a different way. Like, you're able to take those blinders off a little bit. I just really get such a warm, fuzzy feeling about you, Group 3. You're very steady, you're very solid. There's this nice blending of earthy practicalness that Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn possess here, just with this Pentacles energy. And I'm looking, that is the only, I mean, we have more cups, and we've got some fire here. But I'm getting really earthy stuff for you. Yeah, but this is balanced out again with the emotional, intuitive water signs like Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio. You would be an excellent friend and partner to other people, Group 3, and it's no wonder that other people love you. I just get the feeling that people can open up to you, and you're good at keeping secrets. You would be the kind of person where if a conversation derails, say perhaps other folks bring up someone else, maybe they begin to drag that person a little bit, you have a way of steering the conversation elsewhere and onto a more loving, productive, and kind topic. And you likely stand up for others if someone is getting into gossip, especially if you're in the right mood, I think, but also too, just if you think something's wrong, you're going to say it. I think it would make others really think twice about engaging in those kinds of behaviors, because you just have this a different way about you. You have a strong sense of integrity, and I think you're willing to uphold that. So if you've had words with somebody before in that kind of situation, they're probably going to just back off a little bit about that. The Chariot also indicates to me that you work hard, you master what you put your heart into, and whenever I see this card too, there is a significance to balance for me. And I think the last group also had the Chariot, but you guys feel like you're very different energies, so you probably were not necessarily pulled to Group 2, but maybe. Balance does feel right to me in this instance. You feel like a very solid, very balanced individual who has excellent communication skills, which I don't always get. I usually get that with sword energy, but that's just what the cards are saying to me right now. I think you focus on what you want, you make it happen. There may be times where you tend to get a little lost in your work, perhaps because you're so excited about it, or you feel you need to focus on this one task before you can address another, but it's part of the package. And I think things do move forward from you. When you tackle something, you give it your all, Group 3. You get things done, and I think people really admire that about you. They might even marvel at it a little bit. For some people, too, there might even be a little bit of jealousy there where that's concerned. Just like, how does this person get it all done? And I have to say, too, this has been coming through and kind of pushing forward. This energy has more of that, divine masculine kind of feeling to it. It's just a little more, the last reading felt more feminine. This is more of like the masculine, if I had to compare the two. So if you looked at that one, you know what I mean. But this is just very straightforward. So you might resonate with that. The Four of Cups is telling me here that you help others see what's in front of them, whether by leading through example or through chatting with friends or family. You help others see the value in what they have. And this is almost like a grounding cord for people, because you are very roofy. Yes, you are very earthy and rooted. Very good. And this is good for our friends that can get caught up in little details or can be a bit airy-fairy in their upper chakras. I see you kind of sitting down and having an earnest conversation with someone, and you're able to handle things with a combination of some bluntness and tact at the same time. Again, balance. And they walk away feeling validated and are then able to move forward with whatever they were stuck on. And not everybody can get away with that bluntness and tact in the same breath. So I think people really, really respect you. Okay, let's jump into a few more. We have a couple more tarot here. Other reasons why people admire you, they love being around you. Okay, yeah, more Pentacles. How about that? 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, Page of Wands. Okay. And the Queen of Pentacles does not surprise me. I knew there was a lot of earthiness here. Okay, so you're likely someone who's very at home wherever they are. Whenever I see this Nine of Pentacles, I always think of a turtle or a tortoise. They take their home with them. They go wherever they are. Home is wherever they are. You may not necessarily blend in, but you find a way to be comfortable no matter your destination. You will talk to anyone, and you show such sincere and genuine interest that others really appreciate this. You may enjoy spending time outside, and you've worked very, very hard to get to the point that you are in your life. You may also enjoy traveling, or just hopping in the car and taking a drive to enjoy the scenery with no particular destination in mind, just taking a drive. I feel like you're at a juncture where you are enjoying what you have earned. You aren't too tight with your purse strings, and you will spend money on others who are important to you, but you aren't loose with your money either. This is a very beautiful energy, and I think that others likely find you very engaging and want to spend more time with you. You may also have a quirky sense of humor, Group 3. I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm getting inside jokes, general goofiness that others find uplifting. This Page of Wands is telling me that you do have fire in you. Despite all the steady energy that the Pentacles bring, you got a little spice here, Group 3. You got a little heat. And this may be a newly discovered thing. You may have started speaking up more recently, or you just kind of keep it on the down low until it's necessary to bring that heat forward. And then people better watch out. I think this likely surprises some folks and intrigues them a little bit. It's nice to see this quality. And with you, it is very measured. You bring this out when necessary, and you back off just as quickly. You know, it's like when you're enjoying a good piece of chocolate and then you've got like the kind that has a little cayenne in it, or it's got some kind of heat to it. It's like, oh yeah, that really goes well together. I don't think people mess with you, Group 3. If they try, they're going to figure things out pretty quickly. And Queen of Pentacles, always one of my favorite cards. And that's not just because I'm like earth energy person, but this is just gorgeous. And this is someone who's created exactly the life that they want for themselves. They're hitting all their marks, they're meeting their goals, they're feeling good with what's around them, and this indicates generosity on your part and a long-term stability. I do think you would make an excellent partner for many people, or many people see this potential in you, so you may have some romantic admirers as well, Group 3. All right, we have some oracle cards to finish things out today. And we have here baby steps. It says action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Affirmators, positive thinking. I'll read this one in just a moment. You go there. Okay. And vulture. All right. Okay, so baby steps. I love this because to me, again, it says action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. To me, this shows a willingness to trust your gut before having all the facts in place. You may be quite intuitive yourself, or this may be following this. These gut instincts may be a new thing for some of you. In either case, keep it up. You have no idea where it could lead you, and in your case, you will be led only in the highest love and light. All good things. You may even be open to conversations about this. If you're watching this video, then you likely are, which really, I think, piques other people's curiosity, especially if this is something you've kept under wraps for a while. Yeah. So there's like quite a bit of goodness and magic happening. So this maybe even have a little bit of a predicative quality for you right now, Group 3. Keep shining that light. Keep going. Follow your gut. I want to give a shout out to a subscriber. This is from Tina. She purchased this Affirmators deck from my Amazon wish list. I have really been enjoying this deck for myself, and I've been using it with some clients as well in some readings. Tina got a personal video tarot reading for this deck, and if that's something you're interested in, check out the details in the description box below. Thank you, Tina. I love this deck so much, and I appreciate your thoughtful gesture and all your kindness and support. Big, big hugs to you. So the card that came through for you is positive thinking. Okay. So in the garden of my mind, it says, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want. And I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm pretty badass. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. Okay. So think about how that might apply to you and the way others that adore you. In my opinion, I just love the card. It makes me feel like you have a great sense of humor. Again, we kind of talked about inside jokes and that sort of thing. And I think you're probably pretty good at thinking positively or getting others into this kind of trek as well. Sort of a leading by example kind of thing. Or maybe some of you sit there and you work on manifestation. You work on that kind of thing in the morning, or just throughout the day. I don't know why I said morning, but maybe some of you sit down and you have a practice that you engage with just to make sure you're on this track. Okay, vulture. So when I see this, I think of how vultures or turkey vultures are nature's garbage men. They are the cleaners, and they do have a bad rep, I think. Or people just kind of get a little cringy when they think about these birds. But we have to remember, they have a position that's incredibly important as scavengers. We need them, and our ecosystems need them. And I see you as someone who can swoop in, and you can help out when times are tough. I think you are the person who makes the hard phone call, or who leans in when others are having a rough time, and not everybody's willing to do that. We need people like you in our ecosystems group 3. And I think that is yet another reason why people trust you. They recognize your integrity, and they love you. Group 3, that's what I have for you today. It's easy to see why others have big love for you. And if this is your group, please send me a little sun emoji in the comment box below. I'd love to hear what resonates for you in this reading. I appreciate you being here and spending time with me, and I hope to see you again in the near future. So take care, Group 3. Hello, Group 4. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you picked this blue lace agate and the last unicorn tarot, then you are in the right place. Welcome to your reading about why people are drawn to you and why they love you so much, why they enjoy being around you. This is going to be a very straightforward reading, so we're going to hop right into your cards. Your tarot cards today are the 7 of Pentacles, or 7 of Coins, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, so that's 2 majors. That's a lot right off the bat. And the King of Wands. We'll look at those to start. We'll hop into the others. Okay, so right away, you're somebody who is coming across as very diligent about your tasks, very hardworking, and likely a team player. I'm getting pretty high intellectual vibes here, so you likely have a big, beautiful brain that people admire. Some of you may be into tech jobs or involved with careers that may be perceived by some as a little unusual or unique because of something, whether it's gender bias or cultural expectations. Something along those lines makes what you do slightly different, which definitely captures people's attention. Thinking about work, jobs, project tasks, even if they're long and repetitive, if you're involved with things that have little human contact, and that's just for some of you, you get things done no matter what. You put your nose to the grindstone, and if I'm doing something, it's getting done. And that is very admirable. I think that others would be quite happy to partner up with you. You likely provide quite a bit of insight to others and perhaps share opinions that other people had not considered before. So it's a bit of a mind opener. I'm seeing, even I'm drawn to the unicorn's horn right here, just getting information that way. Interesting, because we're hopping over here as well. And this will be my little transition over. You're likely quite intuitive. And so for some of you, this may be a newer thing that you're starting to explore. I think, I don't know, for some reason, I'm looking back at this card. I think it's always been with you, definitely. But you may have had to suppress it a little bit, or you just kind of weren't willing to go there yet. And I say yet because there's a lot to explore. It's going forward. So we have this terrific hard worker and someone who may be quite logical, but we have this very open channel for intuition. And that's what I was getting at with the unicorn's horn right there. I'm seeing the crown chakra. So this may be channeling. It may be claircognizance, which is clear knowing, just getting downloads of information, knowing something without being able to say why. And I think discovering this part of yourself or investigating it is likely opening some new doors for you. And it's a quality that others admire. And there may be more people in your circle who are into this than you think. This may be a quality that you kept hidden for some time, for some of you. And there may be new relationships that you strike up as a result of this, new friendships, and current relationships or friendships in your life may deepen when you open up about these experiences. I think people may see you in a new light. They're able to connect with you differently. They're seeing you with more depth, I think, than they probably were able to previously. Yeah, this is especially true for that deepening aspect. It's like they only saw this part, and then suddenly there's a whole rich inner world that's going on here, and they're going, oh, okay. I do feel like the Hierophant card here kind of circles back to people wanting to partner up with you. You likely have valuable insight to share in a particular area of your life or many areas, and the Hierophant can indicate a partnering up or contracts being struck or formed. I am feeling this heavily in the career sector at the moment, but it really could be for anything, group 4. I think people value you and they see you as an asset, in some cases as someone that they can learn from as well. So there may be a little teacher mentorship kind of thing going on there for some of you. The King of Wands shows that you do have quite a fiery side as well. And so for some of you, you may have a little bit of a temper, group 4. And this may be something that you're learning to balance a bit. However, I think people absolutely like the heat that you bring. There may be some people that are like, hey, no problem, bring it on. And I think for some of you, this may be something that you've had to work on, that resonate with this idea. And I am getting the feeling of shadow work here specifically. Like I'm drawn back to the key. We're unlocking things and we're examining things. So it could be this is a bit of a repressed part of you. If you find that this is the case, things are popping up. There's stuff that kind of gets you hot here and there, and maybe it's a strong reaction and you're not quite realizing why. It may be a part that needs a little light and attention, and it could be that you have been working on this or have known about it for some time. It just depends. You know, keep in mind this isn't for everyone, as this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. The King of Wands can also indicate that you're very creative and full of ideas that are ready to grow. And what I'm seeing here is a garden with all these seeds and these tubers under the ground, and they're putting out roots and shoots, and they're ready to just burst forth from the soil. I'm being pulled back again to this key that the Hierophant is holding, and it feels to me like you're the one with the key to unlock all of these ideas, to get things growing. I have a feeling there are so many of them within you, there is no way that they could see the light of day. I'm seeing right now a cupboard that's filled with glasses, like Tupperware, plastic containers. It's in the kitchen, and it's stuffed to the brim. It would be that one where you're like, ugh. You reach up quickly to kind of grab something, like, you know, and only open it as much as you can because you don't want everything else falling out on you. So I think, yeah, there's a lot going on here. People love your creative ideas, and the volume of them is impressive. When they come to fruition, I think they're inspiring. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm seeing a giant sunflower that has gone to seed, and all those little seeds are providing food and nurturing for other creatures. There's a lot to go around here. And I do want to say too, I am getting a lot of clairvoyant hits right here, which is unusual. That's not always the way I work. And so that also may speak to some of your qualities as well. You may be quite clairvoyant, as we were talking about claircognizance earlier. So that third eye chakra may be also quite open. And especially if you identify with being creative or artistic, then that may be part of your message here as well. So those are some things and some reasons why people love being around you so much, but we've got more. So let's take a look at a few more cards, and then we'll hop into the oracle section. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. I feel like that makes a lot of sense with communication for you. The Hanged Man. Nice. The Ace of Coins. Okay. Got a lot of admirers here, group 4. So this really does also give me the feeling your brain is like a computer. It goes a million miles an hour, group 4. It makes connections that others do not. And when you share a little tidbit, a little insight, a bit of humor, I think people just eat it up. They love it. You're quick. You get things very quickly and likely do not need much guidance when trying new things. You are very independent. People see this self-sufficiency, and again, it's admirable. I think there are people that really almost, I'm getting like the word idolize. They really look up to you, and if I could be more like that. Yeah, and the sword. This is communication. So you are quick with words too. The Hanged Man, I'm getting more hermit vibes from this. I don't know, maybe it's a little combination of both hermit and hangman, but there may be times where things hit a standstill and you need to take some time out. You may withdraw a bit, or you need some time to recharge your batteries. Some of you may also identify as being introverted. People like that you know what you need and are able to give that to yourself to recharge. There isn't an expectation that others have to meet your needs. You know what you need to do for yourself. You are quite independent, group 4. And this shows a true understanding of your needs, and I think people likely really respect your boundaries that way. If it's time for a timeout, they're not going to bug you about things. And what's interesting here, we have this, we've got 1, 2, 3. Right in the center here, there are 3 major Arcana cards, and there's you and I think group 3, no, it was a group 2, also had quite a few. That's more than the other groups. Don't tell them that. So these may be, some of these things we're talking about may be things that you are working on. They're bigger life lessons. They're things you're currently exploring, or they're things that may be popping up throughout your life. So it's just another thought there. The Ace of Coins shows that people want to make you offerings. This is beautiful. They want to spend time with you. They want to assist you. They want to invite you into their world. And again, I do think you have admirers. I think people look up to you and they want to partner with you on projects. For singles, this could be a romantic offering as well. Or it could be that the person you're with currently, if you're with somebody, they want to deepen things right now. The Ace of Coins can be an offering going across many areas of your life. And there are many people out there, probably more than you realize, group 4, who absolutely love you, they admire you, they want to partner up with you. There is likely a practicality to you, a steadiness to you, and I think people can see themselves in your company. You're esteemed, is what I'm hearing. You're held in high regard. And look at this here, even the language of the body, that, he's bowing. Okay, we're going to look at your oracles. So we have the Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Yeah, this is like deeply artistic. That's showing some depths there that I think others may not, they're barely scratching the surface. Peacefulness. Nice. I will read that momentarily. Just leave it. Okay. And toucan. Look at the colors on that. Okay, super. So the Cosmic Heart. I love this card. So to me, in this reading, this is giving me the feeling about living that purposeful life, taking the reins and deciding what you want to achieve, what you want to learn, what you want to feel, how you want to connect. This is the seed of what pulls a lot of people to you, this dedication to living a full and rich life and living each day with intent and purpose. This is you connecting with everything around you, taking it all in. I see like a sponge kind of soaking everything up. And this, I think, is a quality that leaves other people kind of transfixed. Yeah, okay. So with peacefulness here, I want to give a shout out to a subscriber, Tina. Thank you. Tina purchased this deck for my Amazon wish list. I have really been enjoying using this. I've used it for myself. I've used it for some clients. And Tina got a personal tarot reading for the deck, and if that's something you're interested in, a kind of trade you're interested in, check out the details in the description box below. So again, thank you so much, Tina. I love this deck, and I appreciate your thoughtful gesture. It was so kind. It was like happy mail to get this. All your kindness, all your support, big hugs to you. So the card that came through for you, group 4, is peacefulness, and I'm going to read it, and you can see how this applies to you in the way that other people adore you. So pick and choose what resonates. So peacefulness says, I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it, and I can get my security deposit back. So for some of you, these first lines may be a mantra. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. For others, this may be about getting to that more peaceful state, especially if you resonated with this King of Wands, like the idea of that being maybe related to your temper. And for others of you, you may make other people feel special, or you may inspire feelings of peace within them. It could be a bit predicative for some of you, something that you're reaching for and making part of that devotion, part of your cosmic heart. It really depends on who you are and the situation at hand. So again, think on that a little bit. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart, and take what resonates for you, because this is a big quality. This is what people love. So toucan also, I love this. I am getting that this bird is actually a sign for you, something personal popping in to validate a current experience, or it may be a little hello from heaven for some of you. For others, it might be about the color that's important. The appearance of the toucan may indicate you have a colorful or vibrant personality, and that others truly enjoy that about you. This does circle back to touch on communication skills and showing up without fears or walls, knowing that you don't need perfection to state an opinion or to chat with somebody else, to be vulnerable, to be yourself, because that's all good. Let your true colors show. And for those who are there already, consider this a validation of what you got going on, and that people see you this way. This is how they see you. It's just this bright, beautiful bird. So group 4, that is what I have for you today. It's easy to see why others have big love for you. If this is your group, send me a little crown emoji in the comment box below, and I'd love to hear what resonates for you in this reading. I appreciate you being here and spending your time with me, and I hope to see you again in the near future. Take care, group 4.